What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience, and very excited for you guys to listen to today's guest, Terence Harcum, 6'2", 21 prospect out of Granville Central High School. He's just recently started to pick up his first offers. He picked up 3 of them already in May, and he's got more to come, I'm sure, because he's already in the record books. He's already scored over 2,000 career points, only ending his junior year so far. Lots of stuff to come, but I'm very excited for you guys to get to see it through his eyes, get to listen a little bit more to his personality, listen a little bit more to his drive, his game through his eyes, and his accomplishments and what drives him and his goals and all that kind of stuff. Very excited for you guys to listen to that. But before we jump into it, I ask that you please subscribe to this channel. Please go ahead and click the thumbs up and like this video. And if you enjoy what Terence has to say, which I'm sure you will, please feel free to share it across your platforms as well. And in the comment section below, I want to hear who you think the most underrated prospect in the 2021 class is in the country. I want to hear from you. Subscribe, like, share on your platform, comments, your favorite 2021 prospect in the country, or your most underrated. That would be awesome. But without further ado, here is Terence Harcum on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. Thank you guys very much. What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Very excited today to be joined by 2021 prospect Terence Harcum. Terence, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing okay. First questions first. We talked a little bit about it off air briefly, but wanted to get your thoughts. What's going on during quarantine for you, man? How you been treating these last 6 weeks?
Just been working out. There's a court outside that I go to every day, put up shots. And after that, I just go to the park, get some strength conditioning in. And that's my day, really. Strength conditioning, putting up shots, staying in shape.
I'll tell you, man, you get good on them double rims in the park. You can shoot that ball for sure. That gets that thing right. Getting into it, last season you finished top 20 in the state of North Carolina in points with 26 per game, 12th in assists with 6.8 per game, 4th in steals with 4.3 per game. Individually, how would you say the season went for you?
Individually, I feel like it went good. I felt like I came short of our goal as a team from getting to the championship, but overall, I think my individual season was very good.
And then, kind of going into the team aspect of it too, Granville Central, y'all finished 22-8. Obviously, you're in a split conference with 1A, 2A schools. Y'all are one of the smallest schools in the conference and stuff. How do you think that the season went for the team?
I think it went well. We came short of our goal. The goal was to make it to the championship. We lost in the 4th round to a good North Edgecombe team, so you can't win them all. So
that's a good outlook. The 22 points that you scored in that North Edgecombe game, your final game of your junior season, gave you 2,063 total points for your career, which puts you 37th all-time in the state of North Carolina history. That 22 points puts you ahead of the likes of Jerry Stackhouse, Reggie Bullock on the list. What does it mean to you, or how does it feel to have your name mentioned in the same breath as those type of players, yet ahead of them in the record books?
It's exciting. I would never thought that would be here today. I usually don't think about that type of stuff, but just to hear my name and mentioned with those names is good.
And then looking forward toward next season, I'm going to get to your goals later, but if you score the same 776 points as you scored this year, you will then move into the top 5 all-time in state history in scoring. How big of a deal, taking a step back, how big of a deal is that?
If you look at it, it's a pretty big deal. But like I said, I try not to look at it like that. I try to go out there and help my team win. And if it's me scoring a lot of points, and that's what I got to do. So
I love that. So that North Edgecombe game, your last game of the season, you finished. You didn't have any offers at that point in time. Since then, the pandemic came. You've picked up Elon, Winthrop, and App State offers. How exciting was that, or how exciting is that to you now that that's starting to pick up in the recruitment, and you're now going to college for free?
It's showing that my hard work is paying off. I've worked very hard for these offers and for more to come. I'm just glad to see some of my hard work paying off.
And then looking into it, which school would you say is recruiting you the hardest?
All 3 of them, if we're being honest with you. All 3 of them are texting me constantly. I have good relationships with the coaching staff, so I would say all 3 of them.
And you say that they're in constant contact with you and all that kind of stuff as much as could be. What are they telling you?
Really, they just telling me how much of a family-like environment they have, what type of team and school they are, and what they see in me. and potentially playing for them and how I would fit with their team and their system currently. So,
And then looking at it, obviously Elon, Winthrop, Appalachian State have all offered. What schools are talking to you a lot who haven't offered yet?
St. John's. I just started talking to Marquette the other day. UNC Greensboro, UNC Wilmington, Wofford. That's about it.
So obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic, just coming out. We're in phase 2 now of quarantine and stuff. So you haven't been able to get out to campuses and all that kind of stuff yet. How are you handling this recruiting process? Since it's kind of all come during the pandemic, how are you handling the process?
It's a little different than how I guess I would normally handle it because during the pandemic, we can't get out to campus like you just said. So really the virtual tours that I've been on with the schools has really been a help personally. So.
And then talking about the virtual tours and stuff, you don't have to get into specifics or everything, but what does a virtual tour that these college coaches are putting you on, what does that look like?
Just a tour of the campus and the facilities. They show me what they have to offer, the gyms, weight room, and I like each of the facilities.
And we talked a little bit earlier about going through the pandemic. You say you're lifting, you're taking shots, and all that kind of stuff. What does a typical pandemic day look like for you? Because you have to juggle the recruiting process, you have to still schoolwork, and then working out and all that kind of stuff. What's a typical pandemic day look like?
In the morning, I usually get up around 7:30. I go put up shots, and then I go run and do some conditioning. And I come home, I start class, and after that, I do some more strength work, and that's about it.
So, for those who haven't seen you play before, how would you describe your game, and who have you heard that you play like?
I've heard that I play like Chris Paul from various coaches, but I feel like I play more like I'm not gonna say a John Wall, but someone similar to him. I can play both ends of the floor, offensive, defense. I can score at all 3 levels. So I think that's a pretty decent comparison in my opinion.
Absolutely. And then, you mentioned 2 guys, Chris Paul, John Wall. They both come from North Carolina, just like you. North Carolina continues to put out talent. What do you think it is about the Hoop State?
And to be honest with you, I think it sounds special here. Everybody here, they're dogs. They want to get it. They want to play at the next level. And that's what makes us the Hoop State. You rarely see kids these days not really wanting to play the sport. Everybody that plays the sport is giving it their all. And I think that's what makes us the Hoop State.
So, you've played with Garner Road kind of your whole life and everything. When we get back to playing this summer, if we get back to it, what are some matchups that you're looking forward to having?
I want to play everybody personally. I feel like we got one of the better teams in the country. So if anyone want to play us, we open to play. Just set it up.
No, I hear that. And 2, I know you don't look at rankings or anything like that, but you have to understand the fact that you've done records when it comes to the state of North Carolina year after year, from freshman, sophomore, junior, consistency, and all that kind of stuff. Does the fact that you're still a little bit overlooked in the rankings aspect of things put a chip on your shoulder to kind of drive you a little bit?
It does. I usually don't look at it, but I have people that text me like, "Yo, T, you see the rankings?" I'll be like, "Nah, not really." But just by what people are telling me, it's just giving me a tip on my shoulder, like, okay, I'm overlooked. I'm an underdog in my opinion, so that's just gonna motivate me to work even harder.
And then y'all were 22-8 last year. You yourself, you're already in the top 35 ever in the history of North Carolina scoring and stuff. You've kind of accomplished a ton in your high school career already. What are your goals for this summer and then moving forward into next season?
The goals is one is to get some more offers, and 2 is to win. I mean, basketball is about winning, so I just want to win before I leave.
And then back to the recruitment thing. Do you kind of have, it's kind of new for you in the last couple of weeks and everything, but do you have a timeline as when you want to narrow things down and when you'd like to start, really focusing on a couple schools and then possibly make a decision?
As of right now, I haven't thought much about it. I was thinking maybe before Christmas, but then that's not a definite.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a crazy time right now too. So, and it's one of those decisions you do not want to rush. And then coming through with that, do you know what you're kind of looking forward to at the next level? I mean, obviously there's a lot of factors go into it: location, coaching, style of play, the history of the school, all that kind of stuff. What are you looking forward to? What are you really looking toward at school?
I'm just looking for somewhere where I can be immediate impact, where I can come in and give everything I got. to the team and to the coaching staff. That's what I'm looking for. I want a coaching staff and a group of teammates that can trust me on the court and have a good team off the court. So it's good to bond off the court just as much as on the court. So that's what I'm really looking for.
And then lastly, you get one word here. I want one word to describe what encapsulates Terence Harcum as a whole.
Encapsulates.
You can use a couple words if you need to, like a phrase. But what's Terence Harcum in a sentence?
I'm a goofy guy, so that's what I can say. Goofy and hardworking. If you know me, I like making jokes. I like laughing. I like having fun. But also at the same time, when stuff gets down to business, I'm the guy you want to be around. So.
I love it, man. That's awesome. Terence, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes here, and it's been awesome to see you finally get the offers and the recognition you deserve, and I cannot wait to see what next year brings for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in. Jamie Shaw and the Absolute Basketball Experience. For Terence Harcum, we will see you next time.